Ну и вот так вот сходу и переименовались, и все. Главное, чтоб не лагало. Стриминг. Что у нас там по зрителям? А, понятно, еще не видит, видимо, зрителей. Так. Вот это я зря, кстати. Так. Симс уже завершили. Так, уже хорошо. Так. Это сюда. Правда, мешает подсказкам всем. Блять, что поделать? А это дисклеймер у меня. Так, ладно. Пока что сейчас. Чин. Все. Так, все. Я тут. Наверное. Тогда, получается, все выключаю. Так, сейчас. Маш, ты тут?
Да.
Вон, наша звезда при нас.
Слышь!
Ее спросили, где наша звезда. Я ж не уточнял, какая. Это ты уже сама подумала.
Звезда-то, блин.
Звезды бывают разные. Черные карлики, красные карлики. Ой, фу, черных карликов не бывает. Черные дыры, красные карлики, пульсары, та-та-та разные.
Не, ну черная дыра, это ты немножко... Я не негр.
Ну, технически черная дыра это коллапсирующая звезда, примерно. Теоретически точнее. Ладно, переходим сразу к игре, пофигу на дисклеймер, прочую херню. Все. Что толсто? Если на тему черной дыры, то это как бы не шутка была. Это я именно конкретно космический объект упоминал, если чё. Так. И это тоже было про космические объекты. Салджера. Это была не шутка, это я упоминал не потому, что Маша карлик, а потому, что космический объект. Красный карлик. Вид звезд. Так, что у нас там по заданицам? Угу. Так. По сути дела, это РПГшка. С множеством различных NPC, которых можно как убить, так и дружить с ними и прочее. То есть, если убивать, то здесь играть намного проще. Ввиду того, что, собственно, ты... Что? Вампир. Бля. В смысле лаги? Сейчас гляну, сейчас проверю все. Так, микшер. А еще тут звук потише, а то тебя не слышно нифига. Ну, сука, ну они издеваются. Не, сейчас все вроде должно закончиться. Игра Вампир. По сути дела, ну блин. Не, Хитман не хочу. Из того, что как ее рекламируют, очень вариативная игрушка с элементами слэшера и прочего. О, привет, Глеб, еще раз.
Привет, Глеб, чувак, как дела?
Сучка. Все, подхилились. Так. Да, можно задротить сейчас потихоньку. Так, что у нас? Блин, Лондон. Какой у нас год? В общем, суть в том, что вокруг ни души, это как-то странно, в любом случае. Кровь. Ну, нам не сюда. Так, найдешь... Моя дорогая матушка, когда ты найдешь это письмо, я уже уйду. Я хочу, чтобы ты знал, я ухожу не из-за тебя и покидаю этот мир из-за непомерного бремени всего сущего, которое последнее время стало слишком тяжелым для меня. Иногда мне кажется, что стихи Бодлера — это эхо, доносящееся из моего собственного сердца. Бывают дни с землею спаян, так низок свод небесный и так тяжел. Тоска в груди проснулась, как хозяин, и бледный день встает с похмелья зол. Блять, криво прочитал. Это столько же прекрасно, сколь и мучительно, матушка. Я больше не могу выносить этих страданий и не хочу, чтобы ты убеждала меня, ведь это лишь ненадолго отсрочит неизбежное. Если тебе случайно удастся меня спасти, я сделаю это еще раз. Прощай, твой сын Мортимер.
Mortimer Goswick does nothing to hide his desire to die. I could give it to his mother, but doing so would betray his trust.
Так, что у нас здесь? Ага, регенерация. Ну, блин, извиняюсь. Или ты про манеру письма? Если вкратце, это паренек, который в больнице там то ли повеситься пытался, то ли еще что-то. Ну, в общем, пытался повеситься, мать его там в больницу упекла. Господи, Камикадзе ТВ. Так. Деньги, деньги, дребе, деньги, позабыв покой и лень. Делай деньги, а остальное все дребе-бедень. Так, убьем, не убьем, убьем, не убьем. Там еще один. Так, загасили. Блин, за это опыта намного... Все, я понял. Я таки понял, в чем хитрожопость вся. За вот этих вот всех NPC-шек, которых я гашу, которые, ну, охотники на вампиров, я толком опыта не получаю. Вот в чем прикол. То есть, ну, реально. Инфлюенса. Часто пневмония, испанская... Да, собственно, эпохой... Блин, когда у нас... Маш? Когда у нас была в мире эпидемия испанки?
Я не знаю.
То есть прямо, что пока выкосила кучу народу.
Я не знаю.
В общем, берется Лондон этой эпохи. Тех времен.
Good evening, Miss.
I need blood, Doctor.
Tell me, Thelma.
I saw one and he saw me. I watched him hunt and kill. I saw his terrible wounds heal as his victim died. And then I knew I was saved.
You mean you actually saw a vampire? Here in London?
Yes. And it has been the answer to my pain. I must drink and kill to regenerate my decaying body. I am a vampire too.
No. You are deluded. You think you crave blood, but you have no physical need for it. You have no idea what that is like.
But what am I feeling? It cannot only be in my head.
Do you require my...
I have no need for your medicine.
I'll leave you. Good evening, Miss.
I need blood.
Не.
I'll leave you.
Что у нас там с ней? Ага. Ладно, будем еще инфу о ней искать.
Good evening, Miss.
I'm okay.
I've read your letter, Mortimer.
There's nothing more to say, really. It's hurtful, it's unbearable, and I don't ask anyone to understand what I feel.
The world is bleak, but maybe the pain we feel is the best compass for making it a better place.
How can we repair the world, Dr. Reed, when mankind is the biggest problem? Yes, the world will be a much better place when we're gone.
Забавно. Чтобы получить как можно больше опыта, нужно как можно больше узнать о персонаже.
Good evening, Doctor. How is...
Mortimer is extremely vague as to his motivations for committing suicide. Tell me more about what you know.
As you say, Mortimer had no reason to die. All he said to me was that he wanted to make the world a better place, but couldn't.
What do you think he meant by making the world a better place?
Mortimer has always been a sensitive soul. He wouldn't talk to anyone for months after his father passed. It's like he carries everyone's sadness with him.
Why did your son feel so useless when facing the world?
I think it was more that he could only see the melancholy facets of life. He couldn't help but dwell on such things.
Your son wished to die, Beatrice. Why did you hide such crucial information?
Are you not aware suicide is a crime?
I understand you fear the legal consequences, Mrs. Goswick. But don't you realize your silence significantly affects...
All my son needs is help and comprehension. Not judgment and punishment for what he may or may not have done.
Do you realize your son could try to kill himself again? He might succeed next time.
I think about it every minute. But I won't stop fighting for my son's future. That's how much...
Кто-нибудь хоть смотрит?
Нет.
А?
Нет.
Не, ну там он Илья, Риж. Ну и там что-то о футболе разговаривают. Ты все всем сгоняешь?
Да, я перестраиваю кухню, у меня жена.
You're right.
Чего?
Your son's death was not
Главное,
fatal. And unlike many on their own, he is lucky to have you by his side.
I can't give up on him. I just can't.
I have read your son's suicide note. It was not an impulsive gesture, nor was it his first attempt.
He threatened to kill himself a few times before. But I never thought he would dare to punish me this much.
Punish you? Why?
I've known for a long time he was not happy with his life. But I always hoped he cared enough to avoid making me suffer like this.
Goodbye, Mrs. Good evening, Mr. Goswell.
I'm okay.
Your mother won't let you down, Mortimer. Don't you hope for a better future?
No. I don't.
Won't you even try?
Do you want me to promise you I'll get better? Do you want me to tell her the same thing? I could, but it would not change anything.
Так.
I have to...
I'm all right.
Вот вопрос. Кому отдать письмо? Матери или сыну? В теории, скажем так, право на самоубийство — это его право. Ладно, у меня тут вообще есть как бы основной квест, к которому я даже не приступал. О, Андрей, привет. Сидел, молчал.
Привет, Андрей.
Маш, ты хотя бы глянь, тут прикольно. А еще мужичок классный, ну главный герой.
Что ты мне сказал?
Ты хоть глянь, тут это... Так, что там за картинка? Сейчас, погоди. Погоди. Так, что там за... Блин. Рекуссия, рекуссия. Весело, весело. Ну что, мне не сложно. Так.
Я вижу, что ты делаешь.
Да я сейчас ничего не делаю. На тему чемпионата мира по футболу. Все посмотрели, все. Вот теперь посмотри на главного героя. Симпатичный такой мужичок. Маш. И он вампир. Причем здесь, благо, каноничные вампиры, они говно наподобие сумерек.
Окей.
Не, просто...
Что у меня выведено? Я поглядываю.
Ну ок. Только игру не слышишь.
Нет, не слышу, зачем?
О, а вот это прикольно. А, наверное, все-таки когти используем. Укус с учетом того, что мне нравится его использовать. Качаем. Также запас крови, который поглощается. Теневая занавеса. Тоже прикольно. Интересно, а гипноз где у нас прокачивается? Да я ее показал уже ненадолго.
I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood? The flower's dying. It needs water. Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
What type of hospital?
You have been away too long, Doctor. With the war and now this epidemic, supplies have been running scarce for months now.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke. And space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's...
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital.
Okay.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and anxiety.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Why did he...
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
What is the general situation in the East?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions, but...
Has the gang been...
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know? The sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint. Not...
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Booth Digby.
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle?
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand.
Who should I
Нормально, что
avoid in
сосед
this
у
part
меня
of
в
town?
ванной.
Then? Any particularly
Чего?
evil figures?
Not
У меня
really.
сосед пришел и
Most
начал
men and women are
моей
just
ванной.
doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of
В
people.
игре, надеюсь.
Где?
People are still in despair.
Если в реале было бы страннее.
The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No.
Ладно, с этим все понятно.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks. And I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path.
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. The cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton?
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is
Have you made friends?
Not really, but I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had...
Я футбол не смотрю.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke.
Ну, поэтому я сейчас чат тоже посматриваю так, одним глазом. Что мне эта тема вообще не интересна.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk. Good evening, Miss Howcroft.
I need blood, Doctor.
I'll leave.
I have wasted too much energy for so little result.
Good evening, sir. Can I...
Unless you're here to fix my face. No.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the...
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
Soldier, do you need assistance?
I'm fine. Just do something for...
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss.
Блин, понять не могу.
I just
Это
escaped.
часто
Can I ask
получается?
you precisely...
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking...
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Unblamed.
You don't seem worried by
My
this.
face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
How close are you to Miss Hawcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid?
Чё
She may
молчишь?
hurt you if the game goes...
Я читаю.
She's quite harmless.
Почему я не
I can
слышу?
assure you.
Так нет, я читаю про себя.
Her head's broken inside,
А в чем смысл стрима?
while I'm busted on the
Ну,
outside.
общаюсь тут с людьми, когда спрашивают, что-то обращаются и так далее.
Living proof that there's hope for me.
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of me blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
Then it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
You do realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called the Cotard syndrome. She truly believes she's a vampire.
In her madness, she never refers to my scars. And frankly, if I could, I'd join her world. It seems much more fun than the real one.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for...
I really don't...
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
Goodbye.
К сожалению, футбол уже давно стал бизнесом, так что это так не сработает.
Good evening, Miss.
I need blood, doctor.
Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor.
Would you say you and Mr.
No, Thomas is a delicate soul, even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I am a vampire, Doctor.
Do you plan to make him a vampire too?
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse on anybody else? I'm not that cruel, Doctor.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
I wonder what your last thoughts would be, sir.
Что так иронично подъебывает, я бы сказал. Какая-то у нас кто? Медсестра?
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
А, с этой уже общался.
It's locked, all right.
Ну, не знаю. Так, окей. Минус еще. И еще 2 скаля. Ну, ёкарный бабай. Что не так уж, блин. Видимо, я до этого был слишком криворук. Так, на обороте написано пару слов. Милтон и Пиппа навсегда. Forever. Ладно, похеру. Так, то есть вы хотите мне сказать то, что я мог... Я мог пройти, не сражаясь с этими вампирами. Ну, охереть. Ну, ок. В общем, я тут еще балбес. Так, морг. Старый морг. Ой, чую, здесь кто-то обитает. Вон там кровушкой наследил. Так, это что у нас? Не, ну они за это получали, но тогда у них, пардон, тогда у них была цель выигрывать. То есть, в отличие от всех, то есть везде игра была ради игры, а в СССР каждый раз был ради победы.
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza.
Ну да, тоже скаг. Vampyr Masquerade обычно таких называли Носферату. Правда, они были не безумны. Нет, не Носферату, как они? Бля, я не помню уже. Я не помню. Стрим завтра будет. Я каждый день стримлю. Ну, стараюсь, во всяком случае.
Fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful.
Маш, спокойно, тебе спокойной ночи передает.
Кто?
Ну или я спать пошел.
Спокойной ночи.
Так, Так, здесь у нас закрыто. Чё, блядь? Скаль, скаль.
These skulls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood.
Эффективный метод. Ну, красиво вышло. Так, быстрый прогрессивный вирус.
Mr. Connor's injurers don't match the report. I'd better look into this. It's locked, all right. It's locked. It's locked, all right. The chest was originally opened to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened. Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs. Old and distinctive injuries of a sailor or a fisherman. Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips. Some sort of drug overdose, perhaps? A puncture over the left lung, possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful.
Кстати, Маш. А, ты же. Может, эти волосы транслировать будут, а ты слышать будешь в Дискорде. Когда ты будешь игру... Зачем?
Я
хочу, чтобы ты посмотрел.
игрой занимаюсь, отстань от меня, я поглядываю.
Ну так вообще ничего не улавливаешь. Засранка. Так, деньга. Что-то подозрительно. Так, я уже понял, что это вообще не то, что мне нужно.
Ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting. Sodium hypochlorite. Dangerous to administer, but efficient in the proper dosage.
Что, типа, все тут?
Я поняла, что у меня багала игру.
Что?
Тут порно-мод, потому что это старая версия, была закинута. Мы же с тобой животных скачали, когда мультиплеер хотели установить. Я программу, короче, полезную скачала, она как раз конфликты модов.
Ну, надо по новой мод качать. Господи. Ну и морг, заблудиться можно. А еще здесь главный герой врач. Когда стримить будешь что-нибудь?
Не знаю, я пока игру лечу.
А теперь загадка. Почему меня сейчас смотрят люди, но все молчат в чатике?
Хотя не смотрят.
Ну, я почти уверен, что сейчас Глеб или еще кто-нибудь такой отпишется. Смотрим, но читаем сами. Да не, на самом деле. Ну, когда игра с сюжетом обычно так и идет. То, что смотрят и молчат. То есть сами вникают. Так.
I cannot enter.
Вот, кстати, загадка. Ну, вопрос. Кому отдать письмо? Матери или сыну?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hook.
That's quite a blunt.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed.
I'm not sure I understand.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember,
I have some good news.
What?
I retrieved your wallet. With all the money.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money anyway. To remind you to keep your mouth shut. Not everybody is as broad-minded as you, Dr. Reed.
What's going on between you?
Pippa's tired. Tired of all this shit.
You do realize you could both get fired.
Come on, Dr. Reed. Do you know how many...
During the war, I witnessed a few...
Maybe you're right. But we...
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to...
Yeah, exactly. We lack...
Goodbye, Mill.
Маш. Вот по-твоему, кому лучше отдать, сыну или матери письмо? Ну, прощальную записку, собственно, сына перед самоубийством. Попытка самоубийства не удалась.
Ну, хрен знает.
И они сейчас оба... Ну, мать присматривается за сыном в больнице. Вот я тоже не знаю. Но кому-то отдать надо.
Good evening, Miss.
I'm okay.
Do you need any...
I'm afraid
You are not a burden.
And you have my...
Do you need any...
Thank you, Dr. Reed, but...
Так все-таки.
Я не знаю я.
Ну давай, мне иди.
Дай сыну.
I have retrieved your letter, Mr. Goswell.
Thank you. This is for you.
I think you should talk to your mother.
Thank you.
Я тут Sims не работает, а ты какие-то...
Черт.
I have to go.
Наверное, надо было отдать маме. Ладно, поздно. Это как в анекдоте. Послушай женщину и сделай все наоборот.
Yes, I've been informed about your arrival.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some...
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swans's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
Do you need my...
Not at all. I'm sure that you are...
Do you need my assistance?
Not at all. I'm sure that you are used to gaining people's trust with your impressive skills. Well, it will...
It seems you have bad
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Doc.
Подлагивает временами.
I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sword.
Be careful what you insinuate.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
I don't see any reason why I should...
That's true, Dr. Reed. The only job...
If you have a problem with me,
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone...
I know we've never met before, but I believe this
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed.
There is no need for such animosity between us. Don't you think the epidemic is already enough to deal with?
That is one point we could agree on. And that is precisely why I want to be sure that you will be of help to this hospital instead of a burden.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine...
Let's just say I'm tired of the
carelessness.
We're here to save lives.
I don't intend to run any radical
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But...
Thank you for... Good evening, sir.
I don't know if a third opinion is needed.
I see.
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get...
Is there anything else?
I'm all right.
Goodbye for now, Mr.
Always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen. As for me...
Another night with the glorious battalion of Pembroke.
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your...
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
How are things?
Not good, to say the least.
An invisible enemy.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
Goodbye now.
So many deaths.
Yes, Doctor?
Why then do you always work?
At the Pembroke, we're...
Your dedication to the Pembroke does you...
We staff get our sleep when we can, Doctor. Nursing is a vocation, not the labor of a journeyman.
Lack of sleep in the medical profession always ends in disaster. I've witnessed many a colleague succumb to stimulants to fight exhaustion. Drugs were as deadly as bullets in the trenches.
London's trenches start here at Pembroke Hospital. We are on the front line, make no mistake.
Exactly how...
It really depends.
Please, could you...
It's the Lord...
That...
As for me, what?
It's locked, all right.
Блин, наверху.
Please, Jonathan, come in.
Ой, я удалила все конфликтующие файлы, и наконец-то игра перестала тормозить.
In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
Блин, дверей лишили.
This must be also new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea, but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
There is an absurd poetry to my situation. Physician, heal thyself.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
Thank you. But I'd rather you didn't speak so
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind.
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands. We'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet lady of mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a the lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
So it seems our Dr. Swansea does indeed have a fascination for creatures of our constitution.
Dr. Swansea is a remarkable man. Dedicated, one might say, obstinate? He spent years compiling our bestiary.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions.
Pardon my boldness, your ladyship, but I have questions.
As a newborn, your hunger for answers is rivaled only by your thirst for blood. But the questions need...
I'm a scientist. My trade is in the
I will gladly answer every question you have.
Have any of the patients given...
These poor souls have so little left to...
The world would be a better place if it...
You make me blush. I am...
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent.
These past insufferable weeks.
Who would be so foolish as to threaten you?
Even if it were the case, and I highly doubt it, a vampire would have asked for something more valuable than money. My suspicions lean toward a patient or their family.
What are your expectations?
As the newly appointed surgeon of this hospital, you are...
If we're dealing with an ordinary criminal, surely you've the means.
As immortal tradition doth dictate, all fangs and hypnotic eyes ablaze, the blood would run like a river. That's what I hope to avoid. Violence has a tendency to spiral out of control.
Please continue.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
Is it true?
Now aren't you the blunt one?
We both are afflicted with a thirst for blood, Lady Ashbury. That is our nature. By vocation, we also have reason to visit the hospital. Logic dictates.
In all honesty, I'm not simply a patron to the hospital. My visits serve a dual purpose. Dr. Swansea has been treating my condition with a revolutionary technique of blood transfusion. It seems you are a specialist in the domain.
I'll take care of it.
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself.
I'll meet that woman.
My life, as others know...
Cold will be my death. What? What? What is this?
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm...
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
If you continue shouting, I'll have you restrained and gagged. Understood?
How brave.
Harriet Jones. Indeed.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse, or doctor.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on.
Blackmail? Wait.
You seem to know more about the goings-on here.
That's it. Blame the old and infirm. I see.
If I didn't know better, Miss Jones, I'd be inclined...
God's honest truth, Doctor. It's just the way it is here. Most of these bitches would let you freeze to death before getting you a blanket.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital...
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See you on the next... Miss Jones.
Oh, again?
Now,
Well,
have you noticed?
it would be a great deal easier to...
Everyone here is very capable.
Thieves and murderers, the lot.
Come now, Miss...
Have you no eyes? This hospital accepts all manner of souls.
If you could just...
It's terrible, Doctor. What with a pain in my chest...
I see.
No one comes to visit, you know.
I'll come... The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them. Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Dr. Rick.
What can you tell me about the strange man visiting one of the...
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew, Harriet Jones.
She could have been telling the truth about the mysterious man.
That old witch will end up in hell soon enough.
No matter how you feel about her.
Who says I don't care for her? Hate is...
What...
Let me...
Pepper, I know you're...
Yes? Milton Hooks is my...
I have no intention of reporting you.
The rules say I won't be allowed to work as a nurse anymore. But here at the Pembroke, we break rules all the time.
Is he worth the risk?
Hey, I'm no perfect woman, and Milton is not the finest bloke. But we do our best to get by.
Goodbye now.
Disgust on every street corner.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening.
Do you know if any of the hospital...
The people who work here all...
Have you seen a strange...
I've never heard of such...
Tell me what Dr. Tippett's did. I know...
If I had not covered up his error, Dr. Tippett...
You can't allow your emotions to dictate your conduct.
Look around you, Dr. Reed. Do you really...
I can't say I approve of what you did. But as a...
I'm not proud of what I've done, but to contain...
Goodbye now.
Don't worry, we're safe.
Turn around, sir. Are you stupid? Are you?
Блять. Кстати, заметил. Маш, ты тут? Или нет? Маша уже давно нет.
Good evening, Mr.
Dr. Reed. Still.
And why?
People who don't sleep at night always seem more...
Have you heard of any underhand...
Blackmail? That's not my...
Do you ever think about that poor...
The wound he gave me will make sure I don't forget him.
That man was
What a surprise. First...
What did he want?
I recently had to kill his brother.
Only the strongest survive.
I'm the toughest bastard you'll ever meet.
How is your hospital?
This is a shitty place with shitty stuff.
What's wrong?
That bastard you sent to bring me here, Milton. I thought he was...
I see.
The nurses aren't too ugly. Especially that...
What's wrong with...
Come on, Dr. Reed.
But you're alive, thanks to the efforts...
What are you expecting, a medal? I thought that saving lives was just part of the job. Must be an unsatisfactory...
How long do you think...
I know this city like the back of my hand, Doc.
The police may be slow.
Well, how come you didn't turn me in then?
You're lucky to be alive.
This place is full of sickness.
I will see. I'll leave.
Медленно, наверное, продолжаем стрим. сука. В такие моменты хочется пойти и высосать всех нахер. Но на самом деле народ жалко. Так, я не понял, что это. А, все, понял. У меня кнопка заела. Вот вам и загадка, как тут пройти.
I cannot enter.
Серьезно? Серьезно, Гуд? Ты серьезно? Это странно. Посередине ночи, без комментариев, без всего. Вот так вот оп и закинул. Хотя бы отписался куда-то как-то. Вот уже, блин, нежданчик. Не поверишь, мне только что Good Cat Food закинул 100.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck them. I don't like hospitals or doctors.
Well then.
Повторюсь, мне только что Good Cat Food закинул 100.
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
И да, мне эта игрушка нравится, вот в чем нюанс.
He's locked the door behind him. I need to find another way to follow him.
Знаешь, я радуюсь каждой копейке. Для меня, вот что действительно для меня важно, это донаты. Подписались, не подписались, там лайкнули, не лайкнули. Ну хотя не, мне еще важно, чтобы смотрели. То есть мне интересно именно попутно с игрой общаться и прочее.
This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor.
Окей. Спокойной ночи, Алекс.
What sort of creature is this? Here's what's left of him. Not a lot to check, but I should anyway. Some voucher for a free checkup in Whitechapel. What is Nurse Crane up to? I really must find her.
Are you injured, sir?
Help me get out of here. I need to get out.
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd be glad...
Okay.
All right, Mr. Thatcher. You're safe now.
Yes.
Good. Now leave this place and...
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Вот и считаем. Наверное, это. Так, переутомление и головная боль.
Hey, Doc.
You're lucky to be this place. Consider yourself lucky that I'm treating...
Don't play the innocent with me. Hey, Doc.
Интересно, где в больнице темные закоулки для питья крови? Откровенное желание, конечно, убить этого засранца, ну да ладно. Пацифизм есть пацифизм. И он должен соблюдаться во всем. И всегда.
It's locked, all right.
Так. Хоть кто-нибудь смотрит? Не, никто.
Everybody cry!
I cannot enter. It's locked.
Ага. Богали в этом, в арке.
I cannot enter.
It's an inch! Kill him! Mine!
пройти-то, а?
It's locked.
Все, придумал. Возможно, придумал. Я балбес, это туда, куда я пытался прорваться еще в первый раз. Сука, как же он задолбал присасываться. Сука! Пардон за мат. Вот это монстрики все еще опасны. Эти монстрики. Ну ничего. Так, ну 100 лет тебя не было. Так. Так, сейчас, секунду. Небольшая пауза, хотя меня сейчас все равно уже никто не смотрит, поздновато. Так, извиняюсь.
Sorry, sir, no admittance. Step away.
Ну, лаги.
Step away, sir. This is no place for you, sir. Turn around, sir. Die, vermin!
It's locked, all right. It's locked. Whitechapel. This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow. I cannot enter.
Супергеройское приземление.
The Swanborough cordial can be the answer to all.
Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miraculous cure for this unknown and deadly epidemic?
Actually, I am.
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swan.
Oh, really? Why didn't I hear about it during my studies? I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir. I'm Loretta Swanborough, and it's always a pleasure to meet a fellow healer.
You look ill, Miss Swanborough.
I'm perfectly fine, thanks to my miraculous...
Tell me, who intrigues...
The region itself is something to see,
Hmm.
but I would...
What do you think?
Most of them are afraid or desperate.
Is there anyone I should have...
Cadogan Bates, without a doubt. The bloody bastard remorselessly exploits poor migrants as soon as they...
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like to talk about...
Competition, you say?
Never met her, but it seems she provides some sort of medical care to the poor. The whole thing has to be some sort of scam, if you ask me.
I'd like to see what kind of...
What?
Shoot.
What? You saw what happened?
I'm Dr. Reed.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor. And no one can help me. Not even you.
I have found a very interesting letter. Your son planned to prove his worth to the gang by stealing your medicine.
Oh, I see. Son of a little bugger.
The gang's recruiter was dead when I found him. Perhaps you should take better care of your son.
I love my Albert, sir. Believe me.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Have you heard anything?
It's funny, I've been searching for her too.
Really?
Word is she ain't real. She's a cover for some doctor who runs an illegal dispensary for migrants.
Whatever the boy did, I'm sure he didn't...
I swear I didn't want to hit him. It's just that...
A gun? Good evening, Benjamin.
I'm afraid...
You don't seem well.
I always feel ill, sir.
I will see. Perhaps you...
I'm sick, broken, my son.
What can you...
Nothing to say, really.
A gun?
Ладно, это не тот, кто нам нужен.
Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt,
Name's Albert. Remember it.
Do you need assistance?
Please. Feel it.
I will see you. What happened? Did you really...
Hey! I didn't do...
All right.
Sod off, mister. You ain't got no...
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town.
I said sod off.
Goodbye, young man.
I won't end up.
How are you?
I'm not your...
Do you know Nurse...
Never heard of her. She's pretty.
Goodbye.
Me, I'll not die in some piss stink alley reeking worse than a week-old lavvy.
Drugs for the sick and
Its
suffering.
effectiveness has been proven by many.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr.
There is no Dorothy Clay.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says...
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going...
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. I must insist, sir.
I have no time.
I don't have your money. Come on. Welcome, sir. Please, take a...
I am Dr. Reed.
Doctor? Interesting.
Right then. Excuse me, sir.
Another journalist? I didn't know.
I'm not a journalist.
A doctor, you say?
Really? But...
I'm Joe Peterson to some. But
have you heard of a nurse named Dorothy?
Dorothy Crane. Yeah.
Could you please tell me...
She's a nice girl.
Goodbye. Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son.
I am Dr. John...
A scientist? You...
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the...
I don't like the liberal ideas of nurses, but I especially abhor that Nurse Crane you mentioned.
Why do you hate Nurse...
Before coming to London, she was a member of the communist resistance in our country. That's what happens when you let a woman get involved in politics.
So, you're not exactly a fan of Florence Nightingale's work. But nurses are essential for modern healthcare.
Nuns should be the only women allowed to take care of male patients. It's obvious only they have the necessary moral fiber.
Have you any friends?
No. But I have it as...
Where did you send...
I sent Samuel to the Stonebridge Cemetery, where the pestilence and evil grows night up.
You sent him on some preaching crusade?
As a true believer, Samuel will fear...
What do you mean when you...
All science is tangled in a world of causes and consequences. And most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
But you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city.
Well, I suppose I can spare a few minutes listening to your...
As a doctor, you must be aware of the decimating epidemic. But let me tell you that this so-called Spanish flu is just the beginning of the end.
What do you mean?
The beast is finally revealing itself, corrupting the flesh and the heart of men. With my own eyes, I have seen them. Those minions from...
Really? And what would be your...
We must fight the disease before this legion outnumbers us. Not with scalpels and microscopes. No.
What is left then?
Cleansing fire.
Tell me, Tobias, what exactly...
God will recognize his own. More than once this city has risen from the ashes, hardened and purified by...
Purification by fire has proved useful.
Your lack of faith is predictable.
You're mad and dangerous. You're nothing but a...
My son, if you think salvation is a free gift, go listen to the lies of that pomp.
Joseph,
Vicar Larrabee of St. Mary's Church. While he continues preaching his fraudulent redemption, more and more people die in the streets.
I have heard an...
Ладно, наверное, на сегодня все. Я и так ушел без вас тут вперед. Надо всего лишь найти убежище и тут можно сохраниться. Нет, тут нельзя сохраниться посреди этого. Нужно убежище.
Good evening, miss. I know what you're thinking. A tall stranger who meets a girl in the street at night. It reeks of the penny dreadfuls. But I mean you no harm, truly. Melia, I know you work for Dorothy Crane. Please tell me about her secret dispensary. A stubborn and mute comrade. Nurse Crane and Darius Petrescu have been clever. I know you understand what I'm saying. Your silence has nothing to do with you being mute, does it? You don't seem to need my medical attention. Very well.
Так. Это будет нелегко.
It's locked.
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this?
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel.
But Dr. Reed, the famous surgeon.
Do you need assistance?
That would be nice of you, Doctor. Who knows what I may have caught you in my investigation.
I will see you. Goodbye,
cannot enter.
Бронхит, переутомление.
Blood.
place for a gentleman. Elite!
Ладно, мне уже поднадоело. Перерыв. И, в общем, всем спасибо за просмотр, кто смотрел, кто будет смотреть и так далее.